Hello and welcome back to Aurora 4X. We are in a pretty good position. Just as a note, I'll probably put up an annotation, but with those little destroyers I made, I did in fact forget to put armor rating up, so I went ahead and made a few changes, put the armor rating up. It means that some of them have slightly less firepower. For example, the drow with the point defense now only has, it has, well, 9 point defense lasers, which is still a lot, but it's not quite as much as it had before. The Gnoll only has like 6 now, so it's a bit reduced in terms of firepower. However, it should be noted that the Dracolich can build the Gnoll, and the Drow can build the Ghoul. So we can now have 2 destroyer shipyards and get all of our ships built at the proper locations. Now, in order to, I need to actually bring these things up. Now, in order to get that, we first need to have the shipyard built, and I'm currently working on putting one up to the necessary capacity. And I've queued up a bunch of different things here, but I'm probably going to queue up another naval shipyard, just to make sure that not 14 of them, just one. And I'm pre-producing these magnetoplasma drives for when we do build the ships, and actually I need to increase that to 16. But yeah, Naval Shipyard Complex will be done right after these 2 military academies, which we need to provide enough commanders for all the ships that we're starting to get, because we're starting to run out of commanders that are high enough rank. So we'll keep going. And I had to reassign a new person to Fleet Headquarters because the person in charge of it at the time had died, so we've got a new person working there. And we'll just go until something happens. I've got all of my labs working on research speed. And we can now expand this shipyard. The military academies are done, so it's on to working on the Naval Shipyard Complex. I'm adding the maintenance facilities, which will be enough to repair a destroyer-sized craft. We've got 10 more research labs down the pipeline. Might increase that. 60 should be enough research labs for quite a while. So that'll be done in 2077. If we look at construction production, we still don't have a researcher in that. Another reason for military academies. After that, we're probably going to look at improving shield stuff through other researchers and so on. We've got some alright researchers in defensive systems, so we can get better shields for future ships, but we're not going to bother with it on our current ships. And we might want to start looking at getting tokamaks and moving on to internal fusion, but it's not as high priority as other things. Although usually I'd be moving on to internal fusion right now, although I wouldn't have this large of a fleet. So I'm questioning whether that's the best choice here. We're going to take the first recon task force, which is now fully overhauled, and we're going to send them through the next jump point. And we're going to see if there's anything there. Let's go a day at a time until they go through jump point 5. Now this is a slightly further out jump point, and also it should be noted that Luna is still having some overcrowding issues. This jump point I would be surprised if we don't run into precursors or aliens within one jump of our system. Okay, Proxima Centauri. Small system, like really, really small. I'd be willing to bet that there aren't aliens in the system. Primarily because of the gravity on this planet. We can't even really colonize it, so I'm reluctant to try to say that there are aliens there, but we might as well move into position and see if there are. So that's A1. I've still got the actives on the recon task force, so they're screaming away. So we're going to go ahead and go to Naval Organization. We're going to split off the Scout Frigate Task Force. So that would be right here, branch plus sub, and send them to A1. We then split off from the Recon Task Force the Gravitational Survey Task Group. We split them off, branch plus sub, and we tell them to survey nearest survey location. And then Recon Task Force, nearest planet or moon. And let's go 5 days. No aliens detected, we're fine. So now we take the Scout Frigate Task Force and we send them back to the jump point just to sit there. And they won't do much from there, they're just going to be there as a backup. In case we run into aliens, they'll be ready to respond. So now we're going to go back to Sol while they check out the system, see what's there, because there may be some good stuff there. We might be able to find some valuable planets to mine from. That planet with the large hydrosphere might have a lot of minerals, but we just can't put actual populations on it. 30 days, yeah, Scout Frigate Task Force completed orders. We're going to keep going. Actually, that's a good point. I didn't see that. Where in the world are the... All of those planets are within the... are like... How small is this system? That gas giant, I assume it is. Yeah, the Super Jovian is just beyond Earth orbit. So all the survey locations are beyond the closest planet. Okay, good to know. I can get rid of the orbit comparison now. What else are we looking at? We've completed building the naval shipyard complex that we had queued up. We're gonna start getting this one to expand to the necessary capacity for building destroyers. This one will soon reach that capacity. Our corundium is going up, but I don't believe we currently have enough to provide for a full combat fleet. Let's see, how much do each of these ships cost? The Drow is... I wish I could see a better... Oh, there we go. 216 corundium for a destroyer escort. And 288 corundium for a destroyer. How about the destroyer leader? 192. So we're looking at 600 for just building one of each. But we need one of these, 2 destroyer escorts, and 2 destroyers, which is, yeah, it's out of our range right now. We can't do that with our current corundium supply. Again, corundium is our major stopgap right now. We cannot do anything without it. And honestly, I doubt we're going to be able to do anything at all because there's really no corundium nearby. Unless Proxima Centauri ends up having a ton of corundium, which will be great, but somehow I doubt it. Williamson Shipbuilding Company is now ready, so we are going to assign the Dracolich class destroyer leader. And we are going to go ahead and build one. Should we build a null? Well, we don't have another slipway. We're going to add an extra slipway, though, because we need extra slipways to be able to build destroyers at a good rate. Probably just 2, as opposed to the 4 I have on the frigate one. Because there's only 2 classes I can build at these, while there's 4 I can build with those. I don't know, we'll see. Shipyard operations... Oh yeah, we have the research rate now, so we can really pull a lot of people off of this. Like, I'm happy with 20 on that. Defensive systems, we might want to look into cloaking theory, but it's not a top priority. Let's go ahead and just clear that one out, because we don't want it just lying around for ages. Yeah, that's a good enough reason to use that guy, but we're only going to use 20 labs. We're not going to have his full capacity. Yes. And then we queue these up, just to get extra techs for defensive systems. Let's get jump drive efficiency down the line. There we go. And we will queue it up with squadron size, jump radius, and our other cheap techs that we can get in this stuff. So we're getting pretty close to getting the full maximum power modifier. Neutronium on 2003 Li7 is gone. 2000, yeah, I think that's about it. Let's go 30 days. I could turn the auto turns back on, but yeah, I'm going to do that. So we keep going. Oh, we're expanding civilian complexes, that's why it stopped. Maintenance facility's done, we're starting research labs now, which means we're going to start putting in more research labs, probably into our power and propulsion person, just to try and fill them out a bit more. Research, power and propulsion, and once we fill out that power and propulsion person, we'll probably add more to the defensive system, since that's probably more important, although I'm really liking the idea of more shipyard operations. We keep going. And that shipyard operation is going to lead into, sensors and fire control stuff. Which reminds me, we should see about sensors and fire control, getting more of those, and those. Anything cheap, basically. Anything we can afford without wasting too many resources or too much time, we want to focus on. But we also need more power and propulsion. Defensive systems is going to pop up more things. There you go, improved damage control. We're not going to use damage control not much, but might as well have it. Particle beams. I've wanted to try them, but I feel like our missile frigates are sort of taking that job. This is kinetic weapons. We're going to need to get 3-stage thermonuclear. We're going to need to get ordnance production. We're going to need to get Gauss cannons. There's a lot of things to get in here. But that'll be later on. Logistics, ground combat. We still have a lot of units we can research, so that'll be a good thing to focus on. Additional maintenance storage will be important for when we make maintenance vessels, but we need tankers as one of our next priorities. If we're going to have destroyers operating, we're going to need tankers to improve their range. Small craft electronic countermeasures have been researched. Sorium on there is done. Ice sheet on Luna is melted, which means Luna is actually getting fairly warm. Negative 24.07. What's our colony cost like? Still 2. And as we keep adding carbon dioxide, our oxygen percentage will drop, and we'll get closer and closer to having a breathable atmosphere, and by the time we get a breathable atmosphere, we'll probably have a warm enough surface that we can not, research labs, that we cannot have to worry about infrastructure on Luna, and population can just grow without any real limits. And we've completed our size 10 ASMs, so once we build our Ghoul class missile frigate or missile destroyers, we can load them pretty quickly. And we've got our AMMs as well, so our what are they called? There's so many names for these things. Ship classes, the drow classes can have all those ready. Sensors, fire control. Yeah, we could get advanced, but that's a bit eh. Alright, how about, because we can and we have this sort of tech availability and this great person for research, let's just get all of our sensor techs as high up as we can before don't want to look at ground units. Catherine Brown. Leading scientists. Catherine Brown. Oh my gosh, administration level 12. How old? Oh, health condition is very poor, age 71. She's at the retirement age, isn't she? Okay, well, this person's gonna die soon. Like, almost certainly. So let's get as much done with Catherine Brown as possible before she dies. It's a very positive way to look at things. Which also means I'm going to siphon off most of these and push a bunch of supply... Oh wait, no, not into there, into that one. We're just gonna get as many people onto Catherine Brown's research as possible right now, because that annual research point is incredible, and we can get a lot done in a very short amount of time if we just focus it all into her research. So we want to research as much as possible before Catherine Brown dies. Is there anything else we want to queue up for production? We need a lot of CWIS systems. We're making how many ships? 8. Let's make 16 CWIS. Queue that up above there. Yeah, we could stand to improve our cargo handling systems. We really need to make we don't need new freighters right now. We can probably wait until we go out of system for needing new freighters. Gravitational surface sensors on Basilisk 002. Yeah, we're just getting all sorts of stuff out here. Planetary sensor strength. What else are we gonna need? We need Alright, so here's something we need to design. We need a jump construction ship. So let's create a new ship, the Kobold. We're going to use our commercial magnetoplasma drive that we're using on the other ships right now. We're going to use a few of these because we need quite a few to get this to work properly. We need jump gate construction module. 180 days? Yeah, that's good enough. Now we will need a larger shipyard for these, and that's understandable. We're also going to need more fuel storage, quite a bit more, and we're going to need more deployment time, quite a bit. Let's put on an ultra-large fuel tank, 2 of them, and we gotta get up to speed now. So, we throw on these to get about the right amount. How large are we looking at here? 8 engines is like that's way larger than I've usually... Alright, here's an idea. Yeah, that's just a huge jump gate construction module. That's taking up most of our space. Throw on a very large, or just another very large, some larges, and then a regular. There we go, an 80,000 ton construction ship. And this will be entirely for building jump gates. It has a decent speed, not the best in the world, but it'll do. And it does mean we will need to... Oh, we need it to have a jump drive. So we're gonna design a jump drive, and we're gonna change a lot of our plans here then. We need a commercial jump drive that can hold, let's go with 100,000 tons. What'll size 50 do? That'll do more than we need. It's a bit more than we need, but it's the best option. Shall we go with this? I think so. It's an expensive project, but we'll go with it. It's purely a commercial drive. So if we go in here, power and propulsion, queue this up, and move to the top, should I just press queue top? Just all the way to the top, even though it won't matter. And we go 30 days. Something's happened. Maintenance failure on the Beholder. Understandable. Research lab. Planetary sensor strength is complete. Working on electronic hardening level 4. Throw more labs into Catherine Brown. We're going to be way ahead on sensor tech if this all goes well. Let's queue this up. Queue this up. Queue these ones up if we really get that far. Although I doubt we will. She'll probably die or retire by that point. And another inactive research lab. We're just getting all sorts of stuff. So in a few months we'll get that tech out. Okay, now that I think about it, yeah, we need to just remove everything. We want to get as much tech out as possible, and I honestly don't care that much about these techs right now. But I'll leave 5 labs on them just so we're getting something done. We want to get as much out of Catherine Brown, because that is the best researcher I've ever had in this game, and she's lasted a long time. Magnetoplasma drives are being constructed in an active research labs are done. So there we go, we've got all 60 research labs assigned. We could give all of them to her. Are we that desperate to get a bunch of stuff? It's sort of leaning towards it, strangely enough. Alright, let's just keep with what we've got right now. Slipway added to Williamson Shipbuilding Company, manage shipyards, shipyard tasks. That'll be done in December. If we order up a null, just one, we'll need 2 of them eventually. It's supposed to be 2 per colony, but I'm gonna stick with 2 because I'm gonna say colonies are populated rather than, well, Luna's populated, but it's a moon. It's right around Earth, so we don't really need an extra force to project defense to them. I don't know, we'll see. Thermal sensor sensitivity, getting more beam fire control range. What else are we looking at here? More thermal sensor sensitivity because it's a great tech. Keep going. And gravitational survey is complete. System has one jump point. So what we can say about the Proxima Centauri system, if we refresh, is it is a dead-end system already. So we've got a dead-end system. If we take the gravitational survey task group, move it back to the sole jump point, where we will actually have it, we'll have it merge or absorb standard transit, go to Earth, refuel, resupply, begin overhaul. So that only took about 2.5 years, but we discovered that this is a dead-end system. And if we go back to system map, go to Proxima Centauri, we are now looking in there. So we've got most of the major planets looked at. Lots of corundium at low availability. Lots of sorium. Okay, let's just say minerals. No corundium, bit of corundium, but not enough to be interesting. So we're looking at low availability corundium everywhere. Like, that's all the options we've got, really. How about... Alright, so here's a bit of an idea. We need to start setting up outer system supply points. We need to get corundium being sent in. So how about, once we finish the geological survey here, we start preparing... we don't have the corundium to make auto mines, though. I'm fine with having the production there. I'm fine with producing the destroyers and such, just to get those out and have a bit starting on that side of the fleet. How many auto mines do we have on Venus? We have 64. I'd rather have 100. And the problem is that we're so low on corundium that producing enough to make it be 100 doesn't seem viable right now. I wish there was a better way to get corundium. Racial wealth. How much can we invest into civilian mines that are getting corundium? Well, this one, we are purchasing mineral output. Looking for corundium, there seems to be no more in system. This could be a problem. Geological survey report, we are looking for corundium. Is there any more in system? There's some here. Stephanopterma, cromlin, Euphrosyne. Alright, I know what we need to do. Freighter Group 1. We are going to... I shouldn't have closed that. We need to keep it up here as a reference. Freighter Group 1. I want you to go to Venus, or how much do we have at Earth in terms of mass drivers? We have 3 mass drivers at Earth. And other places, Venus has a mass driver, Luna has a mass driver. Alright, so we're going to set up on one location right now. So let's have Freighter Group 1 move to Earth and load 1 mass driver. Add move. And we'll have you load the 1 automated mine we've got right now. And you are going to go to... It's a comet, right? Alright, let's double check what our best option is. Geological survey report. Shamas. Which is right here. Unload mass driver. Unload automated mine. Then Freighters 2. I want you to go to Venus. You load an automated mine. Specifically, we're gonna say 2. So Venus, load 2 automated mines. Go to here, unload automated mines. Go back to Earth to refuel. Repeat that 15 more times. So we send 32, half of our mines, to there. This might sort out our corundium issue. Freighters 1 has completed orders, so I want Freighters 1 to then return to Earth to refuel and resupply, sure. And we then need to go to the mining and maintenance on Shamas and set it to send to Earth. That is the mass driver destination. We're producing 14 corundium per year. But that'll go up as we send more auto mines. And this is entirely to create more auto mines to get us more long-term mineral output. Freighters 1 has completed orders, let's just ignore them for a while. Freighters 2 will soon report that they've completed orders. But they're still taking stuff there. We're getting a lot more minerals per month now. We've completed the Dracolich class. And if we take a look at it now, because it's a fantastic ship. Actually, let's see the... I never checked the planetary protection value of our various destroyers. Yeah, 72.47. This one provides 45.5. Yeah, these are going to be plenty good for a while. So the Dracolich is currently just assigned here. It should be able to handle most things for a while, so it should be alright. In terms of naval organization, we are going to finally add the second destroyer task force. And of course the role of this one is just, you know, have destroyers. We're going to add the Dracolich, and we're going to not add anything else right now because we don't really have anything else to put into extra task groups right now. In terms of other things, we're going to need to check that last jump point there, and then we can start looking at these extra locations, see if there's anything else there that we might want. We're going to need a lot of stuff right now. A lot of things to queue down the line. Fire control range 60,000 is so... I want it, but I don't think it's the right thing to go for, because it's... Imagine we could have our destroyers firing at, like, 240,000 kilometers. I'm queuing it, but she's probably going to be dead by then. Alright, keep going. Here's hoping she doesn't die too soon. Magnetoplasma drives are complete, and the CWIS systems are being constructed now. Oh, Recon Task Force is complete. So if we find the Recon Task Force and we tell you to go back to the jump point, return to Earth, where you will refuel and resupply, that should be good. If we now go back to Proxima Centauri and look at the system, check minerals only. What all do we know is here? A lot of Mercassium, that could be a good... Oh, and some Duranium, good find there. Duranium, Thorium, Gallicite at low availability. Vendorite, Corundium, Gallicite at low availability, but not any significant values. Same in terms of significant values. Okay, so another system that's not useful for colonization and is really just let's put some auto mines here to get this supply of Corundium. So lots of auto mines here. I'm thinking like 200 auto mines. Send a small freighter class back and forth to, which means we're going to need a jump gate, which is a current priority, and I haven't had these shipyards expanding. So, or have I? No, I haven't. So how large of a shipyard are we going to need? Well, we'll need that jump drive pretty soon, which we're researching now, but it's not going to be done for a while, because, you know, all of our research in here, which I'm not regretting one bit at all, because it's like a great choice and such. Automated mines are currently paused because we don't have the corundium to produce many of them. Do we want to make anything else right now? We could make some financial centers. We could... What else could we do? Terraforming installations? Yeah, we could use some more terraforming installations. Queue up 20 of those. We just want to use our resources as much as possible. I might as well cancel the automated mines for now. I'll leave them sitting around for a while. And let's say another 2,000 infrastructure for when we do find a planet to colonize. We can have the infrastructure to set up stuff on it. So that's queued up. We can make more research labs. Yeah. 10 more research labs down the line. After the infrastructure, which will not take long. So Recon Task Force will come back, refuel, and just wait. Raiders have completed orders. If we go back to Seoul, we take a look at this new place we're mining. How much are we getting? 462 a year. Might be worth moving all of Venus's auto mines. Yeah, we're not getting enough from Venus right now to be worth it. Let's mine out all of these larger supplies first. So, Venus. Load automated mine, go out to here where you will unload automated mine and you return to Earth to refuel and cycle moves, and then we'll tell Freighters 2 to do the same thing. So go to Venus, load automated mine, go to here, unload automated mine, return to Earth and refuel, and cycle moves. And those will just move all of our automated mines there, because that's what we want to be mining right now. And as soon as that's done, we move all the resources to a different location. If we look at our gravitational survey task group, they're getting close to finishing their maintenance overhaul. So we finish that up pretty quickly. Phillips Carrier Alliance is launching a new freighter. We could have been using them, I guess. But it's fine, I'm fine with having them just do trade stuff, get us some money. Libya Farmers joined the scientific establishment. Recon Task Force is complaining, that's fine. We'll get the... there we go, overhaul complete. If we now go to Naval Organization, using Gravitational Survey Task Group, if we create here, branch plus sub, there we go, the full group. And now we go through the next jump point. Let's see what's there. We'll go 5 days at a time, so it sort of gets there in a reasonable span of time. And any moment now... oh, now it's complaining there. But that's fine, we don't need to do anything more there. Oh, they're at Venus. Okay, why hasn't the recon... oh, they are going. Wow, that's far away. Freighters, let's get you two to go to Earth, where you will refuel. I think that's a reasonable order. And if we now go and check how much we're getting per year in terms of corundium, we are getting 910 per year. So we could construct a few automated mines in a year. How much do we actually have on Earth for industry purposes? If we look here, 120 corundium each, we're looking at 784. Let's unpause that and turn it up to 100%. And by the time all this is done, we might have enough corundium to finish that. 5 days. 5 more days. So I've never had good luck with this system. And it's time to see if I'm gonna have bad luck again. So this is good for colonizing were we to get a breathable atmosphere, which would only require... well, and temperature cost is a big thing too. We'd need to provide a bit more oxygen, like 1/10 of an atmosphere, and a lot more nitrogen. Probably carbon dioxide, actually. Which would get us up to a reasonable amount, or a reasonable temperature eventually. Although we'll find ourselves needing more and more oxygen, so we'll probably go up to 0.15. So that would be a good to colonize planet. Question is if there's anything there currently, which I doubt because of the surface temperature. and if there's anything worth mining there. But just to be safe, we are going to... Okay, for Recon Task Force number 2, no rename, you're just Recon Task Force. First Recon Task Force, okay? And we're going to go Naval Organization, split off the scout frigates. You all go to A2. We're then going to take Recon Task Force, split off the Gravitational Survey vessels, branch plus sub. Your job is to survey nearest survey location, and then the survey frigates should deal with everything else. 5 days. In system, nothing there. I'd be willing to guess that we don't have anything left, that there are no enemies here. We have a secure inner system, unless he doesn't have anything really of note that could hold populations. That was the only one I even thought could in A. Alright, let's send the scout frigates back. I think it's safe to say we have a secure system. All of our neighboring systems are completely uninhabited, and we have the possibility to get a lot of fairly good locations. I mean, none of them are colonizable, it's good to mention that. And most of them have not the best corundium, which is what we really need right now. So I'm not overly excited about exploring these systems and setting up outposts there, but I don't want to overextend. So we're going to just do that, stick with that for a while. So we've found all the inner systems. We have... Oh yeah, I didn't set it to expand more, did I? No, I didn't. We need it much, much larger. So still waiting on this jump drive research, which is a ways out. It's coming in January. We're still finishing up most of our sensor tech. I'll probably queue up fire control speed rating before I queue up another level of active graph sensors. I'm still amazed she's still alive. I don't even know how that's happening. 10,000 tons of capacity added there. Completed research into Epsilon shields. Let's go back to Sol, because there's nothing to see in other systems. We'll go here and queue up more sensor techs. Once you finish up all of the other stuff you got queued, you finish up those. Gonna manage shipyards, we need an extra 10,000 ton capacity. We go 30 days. And actually, now that I think about it, we won't need 2 of the... Okay, infrastructure's being built. Next, alright, we've got our jump drive, our commercial jump drive. We probably won't need one that large, though, actually thinking about it. If we go to the... what was it called? The Kobold. I feel like that would be a better name for a stealth ship. If we remove these ones, because we really don't need that extra fuel storage, we throw in our commercial jump drive. So we are looking at a 100,000 ton ship. I think. Yeah. Is it really that heavy? Oh my gosh, it's size 450? I thought it was size 45. Okay, we're gonna remove fuel storage, reduce deployment time by a month or 2 or more. Oh boy, we're in serious trouble here. What else could we do? 68, 7, 6, 5, 4. There we go, 64. Conscript. Yeah, that's the best we're gonna do. 100,000 tons. It will be a jump construction ship, so it'll be in charge of building jump gates on systems we actually want to use. But we'll do that next time. I think that's about all we can get done here today. There's more to do, of course. We can start building more destroyers. We can start setting up more infrastructure and setting up more mining and all that. But right now, it looks like we've got a decent amount of stuff. So that'll be all for this episode. Until next time, goodbye.